Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. As you can see today, we're going to be building the new Super Mario Bros. Piranha Plant. This set just came out today, picked it up at the LEGO store this morning, and I'm really excited to get into it and start building. Now when this set came out, I think people were initially maybe a little underwhelmed by it, just because previously we had like the Super Mario 64 question mark, Bowser, and the Nintendo Entertainment System, all over 2,000 pieces. This one is coming in at 540, so I think people were maybe expecting something a little more epic, but I am excited for this one. I think they could have done maybe some companion pieces, maybe they could have come out with a star and a mushroom, but I think the Piranha Plant is pretty cool. So if you're new to the channel, I do a lot of LEGO builds, but I've also started doing this new thing called Behind the Build, and essentially when I get a set, I talk about it before I actually build it, while I'm building it, so that way if something jumps out, I can kind of talk about it in the moment, and then also after the build, I can give my overall impression of how the build went, some sort of difficult parts, things I would have liked to see them do differently. So yeah, just something a little different than maybe some of the other reviewers and LEGO channels out there. Hopefully you guys find it interesting. I just thought it would be a little different take on things. So like I said, I'm very excited to get into this one. I'm actually kind of excited that it's not 2,000 pieces and only 500, so it won't take me like days to build and to film it and everything, and also days to edit. All right, let's get building. Okay, so just wrapped up with bag one of the Piranha Plant, and as you can see here, pretty much just done with the inside of the pot, which has a sort of an articulating piece here in the middle, so you can set the plant in or the stem in, and then you can kind of twist it back and forth a little bit. One thing that's really cool and that I do love about Super Mario Brothers is the colors that they choose, like the greens, the blues, the reds, the yellows. They're all just so vibrant. They're really saturated and stand out and they pop. Now for the most part, as you can see, this set is going to be green and red, but they do kind of fit in some yellow pieces and also some blue pieces here and there, but pretty much at the end they're all going to be covered up, and we're just going to have red and green. So now we're ready to move on to bag two, and for the most part these are all green pieces, and we're going to be building sort of the outside of the pot, so there's going to be a lot of smooth curved pieces, but yeah, I think once that part is done it's going to be pretty cool, and then we're going to move on to the stem, I believe, in bags 3 and maybe 4. Let's keep going. So we just finished bags 3 and 4. As you can see here, we have the pot, it's complete, as well as the stem and the leaves. Pretty straightforward builds, didn't take very long. Now we're gonna move on to the last 2 bags, which is 5 and 6, which is going to be the head of the plant, as well as like the mouth and the teeth and everything. So we'll see how that goes. Bags 5 and 6 coming up, and we're gonna wrap this one up. All right, so bags 5 and 6 are now complete, and as you can see, so is the Piranha Plant. It was a fun build. There's a few critiques that I have that I'll talk about here in a second, but yeah, overall, I mean, just look at it. Great color, love the red and the green, the leaves look awesome, so really happy with it, and definitely glad that I picked it up. So one cool detail I haven't talked about yet is that the set comes with these 2 coins, and this is part of the reason the actual inside of the pot actually takes a while to build, is because you can take these coins and there's a slot in the front that you can put it in, or there's a slot in the back, and essentially it goes into the base of the plant. And then on the front, you have this kind of hidden button here So it is just a small little thing they added, but it does help out a little bit, makes it a little more dynamic. Also, that's why building the inside of the pot takes a little bit longer, because you have to sort of build the foundation for it, the space for it, and then also, you know, the button and everything to get all that to work for the trapdoor to open up. So yeah, definitely just makes it a little more dynamic. So a couple critiques that I have. The first one is on the back of the head, where the inner part of the mouth and the shell actually get kind of linked together. You'll see it's just not flat in the back. And I just kind of thought that that's just a nice little detail if they would have been able to figure out a way to do that. Also, it's very, what I would say, top heavy or front heavy. And so you can see that you're able to move the stem forward, but if you move the stem forward, it can definitely tip over. So if you're got kids and they're running around, or this is on a shelf and somebody bumps into the shelf and it's sort of leaning forward, it's gonna fall and probably crash into a million pieces. So definitely beware of that. I'm definitely gonna have mine, you know, kind of tilted back, which I think a lot of people would anyways, but just something to have on your radar. Another thing is you'll see on the top, and we have it at the bottom too, but you see this white round disc that we have, and that's sort of holding the top shell parts all together. And I actually had it pop off once or twice, so it didn't seem to really want to fit snug. And when it popped off, all the top parts popped off as well. The bottom pieces don't really seem to be fitting as snug on sort of the inside of the mouth part. So I don't plan on handling it a ton, so I don't think it'll be a huge issue, but definitely be aware of that. And then I would say sort of the final thing, which a few other people have mentioned as well, is that it's, again, very top heavy, so you're not able to really position the head in a lot of different directions and the way you'd want to. So if you do want it up a little more, that's not really an option, just because it's so heavy that it just pulls itself down. So I will say the inside of the mouth is very cool. I love the way the pieces and the parts that they chose kind of fit together to give a really nice texture on the inside, as well as the teeth. So those are my critiques, but I'm excited to have it in my collection. I'm excited to put it on a shelf, and I'd highly recommend it for anyone who's a big Super Mario fan or someone who likes plants. I mean, you can go either way. So let me know what you guys think about this set. Is it something you're gonna go out and pick up? Are there other sets out there that you guys would like me to do some videos on? Because I'm definitely open to that. I got more videos on the way. I hope you enjoyed watching. Take care.